perfect. Welcome to part one on your 10K per month agency roadmap. Essentially, I created this free course based off the same way that I typically would help my students on a one-to-one basis. So for those that don't know, we do coaching, mentorship. We basically will hold your hand and work with you until you start making money on a one-to-one basis, because that's how I believe personally is the way for me to guarantee and ensure your success, is if I'm very much involved in your day-to-day operations. Okay, so today I'll be presenting the little training that I created around that, and I basically used inspiration from the steps that I would typically use to help my students scale, again, on a one-to-one basis. I just now put it into document format so you guys can understand sort of what the process will look like and what you guys can do on your own to, hopefully scale your agency as well. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's get started. In today's module, first off, I'm going to go over a bit about myself, like why should you listen to me, why the agency model, your branding, collecting payment, setting up your calendar, and yeah, that's the only thing. So essentially, we're going to go over the basics, okay? Nothing too crazy, quick intro on myself and sort of what this journey is going to look like, as well as just a couple of tools that are required to get your business up and running, but nothing too complex in today's video. So who's Oliver? In 2021, I dropped out from university to follow my entrepreneurial dreams. I got a summer sales job going door-to-door knocking and selling pest control. So I actually got the door-to-door knocking job while I was in university. And then after the summer, that's when I dropped out, after I basically developed my sales skills and everything. As you can see, nice picture of young Oliver door knocking. Didn't know this whole SMMA. Well, he kind of knew it, but wasn't too good at it. But yeah, that's a bit about basically me. Like I wanted to learn how to sell, so I put myself in pretty much like the worst situation, which was, going door knocking at people's homes and trying to get them to buy something. And that's when I sort of understood the importance of working one-on-one with a mentor. I had a bunch of coaches, people teaching me how to sell, and although I've read books, I've watched videos and stuff like that, it wasn't until I actually like worked with someone and seen it in action that I really understood how to sell. And then afterwards, basically after that summer, I, took a piece of paper, wrote 10K a month, stuck it on the door of my bedroom. And that's when I gave myself the objective of, trying to make 10K per month. And this was in my mom's basement, all right? So it was quite ambitious of me, but I did believe that with my sales skills, I would easily be able to transfer it into the SMMA space or the online agency space. And yeah, I basically, for the next 100 days, I leveraged those skills. I scaled my own agency from 0 to 20K per month. And again, all into my mom's basement. It was actually about 30K per month, but the Stripe screenshot was 20K because I collected in like other forms of payments as well, and like payment plans and stuff like that. But I put 20K since that's what the Stripe screenshot says. Okay. And as you can see on the right, you can see a picture of me in the basement, super happy making all of this money. And yeah, basically afterwards now, where I am today, we've collected over $1 million in basically with my consulting business, my agency and everything. We make about 30K per week, more or less. And then, of course, now my YouTube videos, my YouTube channel is kind of popping off. It's not crazy yet, but 1.6, I'm very happy. So for me, this is what I've always wanted to do, have an online personal brand, put myself out there, as well as like make online money and just kind of like do like work around my own schedule and do what I basically want to do. And yeah, living the dream. Now I get invited to penthouse parties, meeting other entrepreneurs, networking, like-minded individuals. That's something I've always wanted and yearned for. So now I do get the chances of doing it. And as well as I bought one of my dream cars. I really like Mercedes. I basically bought the C43 AMG. Many people ask me, Oliver, why didn't you get the 63? To be honest, I live in Montreal and we have very bad winters. Okay. So I needed an all-wheel drive car. So this is why I got the C43 and I didn't feel like having two cars. So it was a good compromise for me. I'm not that much of a car guy, to be honest, but just enough to, get something that's kind of flashy and kind of fast, but I'm extremely happy with this car. And yeah, meeting the same people who inspired me when I was in my mom's basement, getting to meet them in person and networking and sort of having them as my coaches, my mentors, that's honestly been something that I've been, super grateful for. And still to this day, I speak with these people and they help me with my day-to-day operations of my business. So on your left, you have Hassan, very talented closer. He has his own, basically like a school where he teaches people how to become closers. And then on the right, we have Serge Guattari. He's another online entrepreneur. And he basically will, he helped me a lot during my entrepreneurial journey. I used to watch his YouTube videos when he just started out. And now, to be friends with him, meeting him, texting him on Instagram as if it's just another person, for me, it's still it's very inspiring. Okay. But yeah, as you can see at the bottom as well, being featured on his channel, Oliver went from charging $500 to banking 30K in a week. All right. So I have some social proof. I'm not just this bum online who's claiming to be an expert. Other people are also backing up what I'm saying. Now it's time to inspire you. Okay. One thing that I absolutely adore is having a community and helping other people also reach their goals, their dreams, whether it be business, money-wise, or just any other dreams in life in general. I really like inspiring people and sort of pushing them to chase their passion, follow their dreams. And this is my attempt of doing it in the business space. So I started my own consulting business where, again, I help people on a one-to-one basis. And so far we've worked with, as you guys can see, almost 260 people. And I'm not going to go through everything one by one, but people are seeing success. And this is honestly like truly inspiring. Just like seeing people who joined me, had no idea how to start a business, and now to be signing retainers, making all this money, flexing on me and stuff like that. Like I really enjoy that. And this is like truly where I find most of my passion, just helping people escape the rat race, the typical sort of life that society puts you in, and sort of breaking out of those norms and just working on a dream, a passion of their own. So as you can see, a bunch of case studies. I'm not gonna bore you guys too much, but anyways, let's get to it. First off, you might be asking, I know at least for me at the beginning, why the agency model? Like why go after that when there's so many other things like e-commerce, trading and stuff like that? Essentially, you are a service-based business, okay? Same way as a cleaning company. So you're providing a service. You are cleaning people's, homes, businesses, and stuff like that. An accounting firm is a service-based business. So they're considered an agency as well. So you provide services like tax, making, the profit and loss statements and stuff like that. So everything that's required, accounting, marketing agency, the same thing. So you are providing the service of providing the marketing. All right. So you're helping them build brand awareness, getting sales. And there's, of course, various methods of marketing. But essentially, a marketing agency is also a service-based business. You're providing a service, even if it's virtual. So why are they not paid the same? Okay. Why am I telling you guys to start a marketing agency versus opening a cleaning company, an accounting firm, making websites and stuff like that? The reason being is the amount of value that these different types of agencies bring. By me cleaning your toilet, okay, am I bringing you some value in life? Yes, of course. Like you don't have to clean a toilet. It's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change your life. Okay, it's not going to change the let's say you clean someone's business, their physical location. Is it helpful? Yes, it makes the place a lot cleaner. But is that what's going to be responsible to bringing that person to, let's say making $1 million per month in revenue? No. Okay, it's just going to keep the place clean. And same thing for accounting. If they're just tracking everything, and they're not doing anything special, maybe CPAs, they might be able to help you save a bunch of money in taxes. That's a whole different story. But I'm talking more so just like the regular accountants you would find. Websites help a lot, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's not by you having a fancy, trust me, the amount of people that come to me with fancy ass websites and they're still not making any money, and I have a crappy website and I'm doing pretty well for myself. So websites, it's valuable, but it's not crazy. And then of course, lastly, you have the marketing agency. Okay. Why can we justify retainers that are close to $5,000 per month as a marketing agency? Again, it goes back to the concept of value. How much value are you bringing to a company? Okay. If I'm able to 2x, 3x someone's revenue with my services by helping them market their business, then of course I'm entitled to a lot more money because the impact that I had on this person's business is a lot bigger than a cleaner would. Okay, so that's why I like marketing services. Now, another question that I asked myself when I was starting out, why even hire an agency when you can just hire an employee? Okay, let's compare the two. An employee on the left, their salary typically is like 3 to 5K per month. And the owner in reality has to pay anywhere from like 4K to 7K if you include taxes, insurances, and all of these things. So they actually they pay sort of like a premium on top of the base salary of an employee. They're typically difficult to fire, okay, because it's a different type of agreement that you have with an employee versus outsourcing to another agency or a business. And at the end of the day, you get one person. So for one person, you have to pay about 5K per month, 6K per month. Now, if you look on the right with the agency, what's fun is that there's huge ranges in prices depending on what you want, what you need. So you don't necessarily have to bring on someone full-time if you have a small project or something like that. So as you can see, it can vary from 1K to 10K per month, depending on what you're looking for and the complexity of the project and the experience of the agency. You know, so many factors coming into play. You can end the contract anytime you want. Okay, and yes, there's some notice, but it's a lot easier to fire an agency. And also for the money, you typically will get a team. Okay, because an agency is typically not just one person, but multiple experts that are sort of grouped up and they work on your account. Okay, so it's kind of like a win-win situation for everyone. It's like this sweet spot where having one employee full-time is not really like worth it, as well as an agency. Like you don't want to build a team in-house. You don't have 5 experts to do one specific thing, or maybe you don't need them for that long, or you just don't want to do it. Then an agency is a good source. Even me, like I don't like my content. I have an agency team that takes care of this for me. So I work with one person, and that person has like an expert, thumbnails, editors, and stuff like that help me with my day-to-day operations. Okay. So again, agency model. I'm not gonna go through this crazy, but expertise and specialization. Of course, if you have an area of expertise, which again, this is a concept, of picking like a niche, a specific service and stuff like that, you can justify a higher ticket. Okay, you're considered an expert. Okay, it's like a specialized doctor. Okay, the more specialized you are, the more you can charge, the more valuable you are because you have a specific set of skills. Okay, so that's why we're going to go over the concept of picking a niche, picking a specific service, and only focusing on that, at least at the beginning. Recurring revenue. Okay, that's a pretty cool thing. Pretty cool thing about the agency model is that you can justify charging your clients on a monthly basis. Okay, it's some business model. That's how I operate most of the time, which is, it has its positives as negatives. But for me, like the way I operate is I'll often get paid, but let's say I make $1 million this month. The next month I start at zero again. So I have to redo this entire process to make another $1 million. Whereas with a recurring revenue, if I make $1 million recurring, the next month I start on $1 million, and then I can add more money to it. Okay, obviously there's the differences. I'm not gonna go in depth sort of which one's better, which one's different, but with the agency model, if you work hard to get 3 clients in a month, then next month you will still be rewarded for that hard work. Okay, so that's a cool thing about the recurring revenue, as well as value-based pricing. Okay, the more value you bring to a client, the more you can justify a higher ticket per service. So that's like basically the performance-based offer, if you want. That's another way of saying it. The biggest thing, okay, about the agency model, this is my favorite aspect out of all of it. Like the recurring, the specialization, all these things is nice, but the biggest thing is that you can leverage talent. Okay, you don't necessarily have to become the expert, so you can leverage other people's skills, their knowledge, to basically operate your agency. Now you might be asking yourself, why doesn't that person who's already an expert, let's say the media buyer, who's super good at Facebook ads, why doesn't he just start an agency and collect so much more money? The reason being is that some people just don't have what it takes to, start a business. Some people just prefer being behind the scenes and just doing the technical stuff, which is perfectly okay. Like if we didn't have these people, then all of us, we would be screwed. Okay, but it requires a certain set of skills to be able to like market yourself, get in front of potential prospects, and then close the deals. Okay, and then there's service delivery, there's fulfillment. Okay, and some people just don't want to do that. All right, so you can leverage talent to help your agency scale. So even though you might not be a marketer, an expert, you can leverage other people who are experts. And later on in the course, I will show you how to do it. And we even have our own in-house pool of media buyers that we can help you leverage. Okay, so I'm going to go over how that works exactly. So first thing, branding. Okay, so now we start on the actual business aspect. Okay, this is going to be step one of you starting your agency. It's not going to be anything crazy, just basic things I need you to prepare in order to start your agency. First off, create a business email. Okay, you want to look professional. You want to be emailing from a Gmail account. Pick a business name. Do not overcomplicate this, please. You know, just your name plus media, something like that. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. Okay, the amount of people that come to me and spend weeks and weeks trying to find a name is insane. Okay, just pick something. It's not like, really don't overthink it. Create a logo. Again, do not overthink it. You can hire someone from Fiverr if you want something cute. But for me, if you look at our logo, for the moment, at least recording this video, is the initials of my company. So my company is growthsolutions.io. Our logo is GS with the default font, just side by side, you know, just two letters stuck together. So again, nothing too complicated. This is one thing that you guys is pretty important. Okay, I wrote create your website. It's not really a website, it's more so a landing page. I should have wrote landing page instead of website. But in today's day and age, when someone wants to sort of look into you or look into your company, they always have to go online for something. Okay, if it's to look into you, they'll go to your Facebook, your Instagram. They're trying to find you as a person. If it's your company, it's your website or your landing page. Okay, this is extremely important. You need to have at least a landing page. Okay, I'm not asking you to make a crazy website and pay some guy crazy amounts of money. Just go high level, basic website or landing page. If you use my free trial, there's going to be a link in the next slide. I will give you a link to the exact landing page that we give to all of our one-on-one clients. Okay, it's plug and play. Just take it, put your pictures, do your things, put your niche and everything, and it's going to be ready to go. And it's been proven to work over and over. Right. Obviously here, there's things that you cannot fill right away, like the VSL, the video, your niche, your offer, all of these things. That's okay. Okay. I just want you to prepare the basics, the structure of your landing page. And then over the course of this training, we're going to help you fill up these spots. Okay. But this is very important. We need to get this in place. And here's the link. Okay. Lastly, collecting payments. This is not lastly, before, and this is the second to last thing. So collecting payments, extremely important as well. We want to make sure we get paid. The mistake that I often see people is that they only focus on one method and they don't give their clients any other options. Okay, you'll get clients from different countries, different restrictions, different, you know, I don't know, like some people are just special in the way they handle money. Okay, so you need to have multiple options. Number one is going to be Stripe. Okay, this is your go-to, is your classic. Everyone knows this, so just start with Stripe. Create your account, and you can watch a couple of videos on how to use it. It's really not that complicated. Second option, create a Wise account. Okay, this is something I often had to resort to. Just create a Wise. You have your own international bank, so if people want to do transfers and stuff like that, the Wise is perfect. I didn't put it here, but there's also PayPal. Okay, create a PayPal account, and also this is not that needed, but a PayPal and the last thing is a crypto account. Okay, if you can set up, if you know how to do it, I would set up a crypto account, just because it has happened, surprisingly enough, quite a few times that people will ask me to pay me in crypto. Okay, and you want to make it extremely easy for your clients to pay you. Okay, so that's not one thing you want to mess up on. Lastly, setting up your calendar. Okay, basic things. You want people to start booking calls with you as soon as possible. So just set up your Calendly. You can also use a Go High Level calendar. Personally, I just prefer the Calendly. It's just the aesthetic, you know, for me, it's just, I prefer using Calendly. I've always used it and it's what I use. Here I put some step-by-step plans on how to use it. It's not complicated. Again, you can just watch some videos. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna babysit you guys through this course. Okay, I'm giving you the overall guidelines of what you have to follow, but here I kind of did for you guys since it's the first video. I'm being extra nice. Okay, so go on create, event type, one-on-one for the when you're starting out. In the future, when you have a team of closers, you're going to pick round robin. Okay, so the last option that you see at the bottom. And yeah, here this is how I do it, so nothing really complicated. Event name, just put anything. Discovery call, that's good. You can put your offer too, that's pretty good. I've seen some people do that. I like that. Description as well, you don't have to overcomplicate it. Just let's scale your plumbing business, you know, something like that, you know. So don't really overcomplicate this. It's not very important. And also when it comes to the actual location, so where you take the call, I don't know why. I've always been a Google Meet type of guy. Like I've always done Google Meet. Yeah, I like it, but I know many people aren't familiar with it, and they prefer using Zoom. So Zoom is another option if you guys want to use this. Okay, and yeah, I think this is the last slide. Creating your booking page. This is just set your hours, make it custom, however, whenever you're available. Make sure to put enough times. Okay, there's some people I'll see they only put the weekends and stuff like that. You cannot do that. Okay, especially with business owners. You have to open up your calendar. So whenever you are free, you open up a calendar and you make sure someone can book a call with you. Okay. And yeah, I think that's the last slide. This was the last part of the free, part one of the free training that I have. As you guys can see, nothing too complicated. We went over the basics, just the personal branding, building the landing page, website, not the website, landing page, booking calendar, payment processor, stuff like that. Also went over a bit about me just to sort of reinforce the idea that you are in good hands. I'm not just this bum online. But yeah, that's going to be it for part one. Nothing too complicated. The second part will be slightly more complex. We'll go over the niche, the offer, the pricing structure, all of these, fun things. So we'll see each other in the next video. And as usual, guys, if ever you have any questions throughout this course and you're not too sure something was, I didn't explain it correctly, or you're still confused about something, you can always like text me on Skull. Okay, there's a feature you can write me messages. You can write messages to my head coaches. So just look at the admins tab, and everyone who has a head coach or coach title in their bio are people you can message and ask questions about the free course. Okay, so we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.